Dr. Ghazi, perhaps we can start with you. Why is there such an urgent need for innovation today, particularly so for the OIC countries, and who needs to innovate? Yeah, you sit down, yeah.
Thank you very much, Ansri. I think you have made a very good starting explanation about the world of innovation. It's so huge, so big. And since we are promoting, as NGO, we are promoting innovation, I might as well summarize that by saying innovation starts with creativity, new ideas. You implement those new ideas, you exploit them to create value. There is somebody paying it in the market, then it is innovation. Having said that, if you're really serious about innovation, let's talk more. I know this is very limited to share, but please visit our booth. If you enter on the main entrance, turn left, it's just the second one, Malaysian Association of Creativity and Innovation. Then we talk more. You may perhaps, if you are also serious, have this particular folder with a lot of contents about what we can do together later on. Anyway, to answer directly to Tan Sri, I think we are facing a great challenge in this world. We heard today about the different challenges. The real answer is in WIEF itself. For example, last night, I recall, during the welcoming speech by Tun Musa, the chairman of WIEF, he said, WIEF is all about business, business, business. Given the current scenario, I say business is all about innovation, innovation, innovation. Hence, I want to be bold by saying, if you don't innovate your business, then you will stagnate, you will perish, or you will die. So if you don't want to die, please be active to innovate. Irrespective of where you are, you may think that your own organization is already doing very well, you're paying good returns to your shareholders and the rest of it, but no. If you're a shaper, you're a leader, you still need that, otherwise people will catch up with you. If you're a competitor, more so you have to do that. If you're just an improver, you can still need innovation to improve further so that people will catch up. Worse still, if you are a desperado, meaning you are so rotten that you just have to concentrate, to challenge your mind to be extremely very innovative in your practice. Now, having said that, how do you do it? Organizations, businesses, educational institutes, and governments. To me, one simple answer, it is difficult to implement, is really all these organizations, businesses, governments, educational institutions, all must adopt a culture of innovation. What do you mean by, how do you do it in simple terms? You must start from the top. From the top boss, the chief executive, or whatever you call it in your organization, you got to start to be appoint yourself as the champion of innovation. If you're a champion of innovation, then you have the opportunity to convince all your followers, your staff, your other people that work for you, to change their behavior. Changing behavior is really a very critical process of adopting culture. Because once you do that, you're all right. You're on the way to really practicing innovation in a real way. Perhaps the other one that we need to do is the ecosystem within your own environment, your own organization, your own government, or businesses. The ecosystem, I mean, is you need to create a situation whereby you're always open to new ideas. You do not say, I've heard this long time ago, I'm not interested. You must even encourage your own staff to break the rules. Because breaking the rules is also very innovative, as long as you don't get caught by law. Is what I'm saying. You must also welcome failures. I think the traditional way of running is, we are so afraid of making mistakes that we dare not even to be very aggressive in trying to do something new. If you want to change, you have got to accept that the environment says it's okay to fail, but please fail fast. Why fail fast? Because then you can learn faster and improve yourself and your organization, your team, in order to achieve whatever you want to get. And perhaps the last one as a cue, I would say that you should give your employees two titles for the job. One is whatever designation that you have given. Two, another designation which is common to all is everyone should be appointed as a CIO. What is CIO? Is a Chief Innovation Officer. Not CEO, not COO, not Information Officer. I'm saying Chief Innovation Officer. In other words, it is a duty of every member of the staff, of the team members, to really think hard, to challenge your mind, to use your brain to the maximum in order to come up with new ideas and implement those ideas for good sake. If good ideas are just left on the wall, then it is just collecting dust in the file or in the cabinet. But if these good ideas are turned into something that people really value, then it is innovation. And earlier on, I recall Tan Sri mentioned a lot about technology base. Technology sometimes is very much related to products. And I like to clear this myth. We go around and give talks and forums and seminars around the country. The normal people would always, because of the high impact on advertising and commercials, people tend to think that innovation is always about products, hard products. But it's not so. It should be realized that I have coined up an acronym called 2PSM to produce a superb laser. Datuk Sri Najib, the Prime Minister, talks about innovation, new economic model, high income society, and through innovation and creativity, i.e. we must create a superb laser. A 2PSM of my acronym is this. The 2 P's represent product and process. The 2S represent services and system. And the 2PSM, M is method and model. So you must realize that you can take a business model, change it, make it new, and it is innovation. It becomes a process of innovation, or a service. We have got a lot of examples. I can go on talking more with examples, and I hope you'll ask me to quote some examples later on. Now, let me say this. We have heard again in the morning session, I was very impressed with some of the ideas expressed by the various prime ministers. I don't want to mention one by one, but I think the challenge is we must focus. What do we want to focus on in order to show that the Muslim world can really innovate? For example, with all these areas, the wide areas that we take, that we talk about, and whatever has been expressed by the various prime ministers this morning, I pick 3, for example. One is education, because that's the core. You need to develop human talent and improve their skill. 2 is perhaps the Islamic banking. We say we have done a lot in Malaysia in Islamic banking. Now the world is looking at Islamic banking. We must not repeat the same mistake of the great success of Islamic civilization before. We say a few thousand years ago, Islamic civilization, the achievements were ahead of time. After that, we slacked. We thought we were there. The West took over and they excelled. Now we are on the other cycle. And I think in Islamic banking, we must collaborate properly in order to be extremely innovative so that none will really take over the Islamic banking system. That is just to put one example.
Dr. Ghazi, I'm afraid I have to stop you there because we are running out of time.
Okay.
And we'll allow you another opportunity during question time. Thank you very much for your input. I think you've re-emphasized the point that I was trying to make just now, that innovation is not just about technology, it's equally about systems, processes, business models.